Okay, here comes another Hillary Clinton hired gun. And it looks like Hillary Clinton's picking up every single black Obama personnel that she can. So anyway, listen to this guy. But I want you to pay close attention to a commercial that's going to be towards the end of this video. And the ad is being run by Republicans, and the ad is true. I know Bernie couldn't run it, but he needs to take his hat off to the Republicans who are putting this particular ad up.
South Carolina, where voters go to the polls just 5 days from now. I want to bring in Rick Wade. He's a Clinton supporter, a former senior advisor to the Obama campaign. Nice to see you, sir. Thanks for being with us.
Well, thanks for having me.
A little while ago, we were listening in on Bernie Sanders. He held a sort of a speech news conference up in Boston, and he talked about the contrast, as he sees it, between himself and Hillary Clinton. He had some strong language at the beginning of that event, which we carried live here. He said Clinton is basically imitating him, using the language that we use, talking about the issues that we talk about. He said, I saw an ad, and for a minute I thought it was me, but it was Hillary Clinton. And then he said, she has hastily adopted campaign rhetoric that was originally his. What do you say to that?
Everybody and their brother knows that Hillary Clinton is being pulled to the left. So this guy's going to probably get out here. Well, he is going to get out here and say that, no, all these ideas are hers. But that's a bunch of bullshit, because Hillary Clinton is actually using some of the same words that Bernie Sanders has been using all along in his campaign.
Well, listen, I mean, Hillary Clinton is not a Jenny-come-lately to this at all. She's been in the trenches fighting to break down barriers across America her entire life. So the idea that she's a newcomer to addressing income inequality and dealing with issues around health care, et cetera, is just absolutely absurd. And, you know, the reason now that I'm sort of not a free agent anymore, but I've joined the Hillary for America movement to break down these barriers, is because she gets it done. And I think that's a clear distinction between the symbolic ideas that Bernie Sanders is proposing versus really good substantive plans that Hillary Clinton will implement as President of the United States.
Now, can somebody please tell me what she has actually gotten done? Because that's all of these guys get on here and say, oh, she's got great plans and she's actually gotten the job done. I'm telling you, I have looked, and I want to see what she has actually gotten done for the American people. I'm not talking about her constituents when she was a senator in New York, because she did get plenty of good stuff done for the people on Wall Street, you know, if you're a Wall Streeter. But for everybody else, what has she gotten done? And from my research, and again, I'm just one person and I can make a mistake like anybody else, but I haven't been able to find jack shit other than what she helped to get accomplished back during her husband's administration. But, you know, like I said, I could be wrong. Do your own research.
We've got 5 days to go until the vote there in South Carolina, and you're hearing Bernie Sanders reaching out to the African-American community quite a bit. He's got ads running in the state there, a powerful ad with Erica Garner. He's getting endorsements from people like the former NAACP president, Ben Jealous. Do you sense that he's making inroads in that community, or do you think Hillary Clinton, that is her base?
Well, listen, Hillary Clinton has been here for the long haul. She's been working hard to touch and reach African Americans.
Yeah, for the last like 4 to 6 months maybe, but please somebody point out where she has been prior to 6 months ago as far as working within the African community to get anything done, any major speeches that she's made in behalf of the affairs of the African community, anything to do with prison, criminal justice reform for the African community. She hasn't done a damn thing prior to 6 months ago. And for these guys to say that she's been consistently working within the community is a bunch of bullshit.
Down yesterday in Charleston with 4 moms who lost their sons to unfortunate police brutality. And you know what was fascinating in my meeting with them, Kate? She had sat down with each of them as individuals to inform her own positions and policies around criminal justice reform. That's what matters to people. The issues. criminal justice reform, making sure that, you know, you're not just talking about one issue. It's not just about increasing the minimum wage, but it's about...
See, and that's the other bullshit line that they pull. Bernie Sanders is not a one-trick pony. He's been talking about the minimum wage, increasing it up to $15 an hour. He's been talking about criminal justice reform. He's been talking about getting money out of politics as far as dealing with Wall Street and breaking up the big banks. Now, by my math, that's at least 3 different items. So for these guys to say that Bernie is a one-item candidate is a bunch of bullshit.
Investing in the economic infrastructure in minority communities. That's the plan that Hillary has around economic revitalization. That's what we need, and African Americans are hearing that, and they're going to respond come Saturday on Election Day.
Rick, the RNC is out, as you know, with a new video today that brings back up Clinton's attacks on President Obama back in 2008. I want to play a little bit of that ad.
Now, I want you to pay special attention to this ad because everything in the damn ad is true.
The damage between the Clintons and the African Americans in this country might be irreparable.
Obama's support among hardworking Americans, white Americans, is weakening.
Clinton had said a few years ago, this guy would have been getting us coffee.
You're not a racist. This whole thing is the biggest fairy tale.
Could that have an impact on South Carolina voters?
Yes, it will, and here's why. Because that's the Republican African American outreach strategy. That's what we get. That kind of ad that is all about division. Hillary Clinton is running a campaign about unifying people, bringing people together to make real change and break down barriers.
And he's right. That ad was about division, but that was the Clintons trying to divide the electorate away from Barack Obama. So he was right about that. Too bad Bernie Sanders couldn't run that ad on his own because I don't give a darn what anybody says. If the Jews can remember the Holocaust, you know, for all these years, and obviously it's like 70 years or so, why can't we remember what the Clintons did or attempted to do to Barack Obama just 8 years ago?
You know, that's what we expect from Republicans. But we're smarter than that, and we'll look beyond that type of rhetoric and focus on the real issues at hand, which, again, I think Hillary Clinton clearly has an agenda that's not just going to appeal to and strengthen the economic infrastructure, make sure that affordable care still exists for people like me who have pre-existing conditions. It's not about undoing and rolling back Obamacare, but building on what President Obama has already begun. That's why I'm confident that come Saturday, on election day, that African Americans in South Carolina is going to rally with Secretary Hillary Clinton because she gets it done. That's what we need more than anything. Not that kind of rhetoric, those kind of divisive ads that do more to move us apart than bring us together.
Rick Wade, nice to have you with us today. Thanks so much.
Now, he's probably right. Clinton's probably going to win South Carolina because, in my opinion, the people down there, and I mean the black community down there, for whatever reason, they got this see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil situation with the Clintons. And why they have a love affair for these people who have done probably more to harm the black community than even Ronald Reagan did. You know, it's beyond me, but you know, it is what it is. And part of it is Bernie Sanders' fault because he should have had his butt down in South Carolina 6 months ago, working to build relationships with those guys down there before she actually saw the handwriting on the wall and started calling in all her favors. So, you know, obviously it is what it is, and we'll see what happens.